So every time the question box out, I try my hardest to answer a variety of questions, the ones that come up a lot. But also not stay on one single topic too long and kind of hit it. But today I wanted to do this. The last time I got tons. Yes, this is such a good question. So I was actually messaging with somebody about this in DMs the other day. She was asking me if my. Okay. You do not need to take it 3 times. So every time I put question box out, I try my hardest to answer a variety of questions or ones that come up a lot. But also not stay on one single topic too long and kind of hit a broad variety. But today I wanted to do the last time I got tons of supplement questions along the lines of protein and creatine and timing and all these other things, which I'm not a nutrition expert. I always say this. I am a major higher level dabbler in it. So let's make the question box around those things so I can try to fully address that and a lot of those sort of questions. You do not need to take it 3 times a day. You take it when it works for you and the one that you're taking it for the benefit for. I've talked to some people I know who take it earlier in the morning when they're taking their other stuff so they don't forget. I take mine at night because I am looking for help with nervous system relaxation before bedtime, as well as because I take the Citramate as well so that I have smooth, consistent bowel movements and don't get constipated if I'm not doing well with my diet as well. So I take Glycinate and Citramate every night, which is citrate and has malate in it. So that's 3 separate forms I take. I take 2 each of these. That's what works in my body. But when you have prolapse, you want to minimize downward pressure on the prolapse through your daily activities, your lifting, as well as things like bowel and bladder habits. So now I take these 2 separate runs for those reasons I just said. Thorne has a glycinate that is a powder that you put in water. And I've had that and I've put it in my drinks in the morning with my creatine, which we'll get to. There's lots of questions on that, as well as my electrolytes. For me, though, that's not my best option for glycinate at night, just because I don't want to have an extra 8 ounces of fluid for that before I go to bed so that I can sleep through the night and not get up to go to the bathroom, especially if I like to have a cup of tea or something too. That's not another extra liquid I want. But I have taken it during the day, and it also helps with nervous system relaxation, so if you're stressed, that can be beneficial during your daytime as well. So I have a highlight dedicated to magnesium where I've talked a lot about this, and I have some screenshots of a really in-depth email I wrote on the different forms and the RDA. So you can go read that there. It's just a screenshot. This won't actually directly take you like a highlight. I can do that on here. But in terms of the RDA, something to consider is that we don't make magnesium in our bodies, so we need to either get it in food form or a supplement form. And there are things that deplete magnesium in your body, like stress and coffee and alcohol. So mine's not so much the alcohol thing anymore in my life, but I would say stress and coffee. So I like to look at it like, well, the RDA is this, but like I've been this, so I'm pretty sure I'm okay on the amount that I take, which is like a little over 400, and that is around the RDA. So definitely check that highlight out. And then I have one more piece to say on magnesium in the next slide. Okay, last plug for magnesium is this. It is involved in 300 or more mechanisms and enzymatic reactions in our body. So essentially for a lot of stuff to go well, it is required. And again, we don't make it, so we need to get it in either food or supplement form. And it depletes from your body in 12 or 24 hours. So it is something you need to take consistently. And I've had people say like, well, I took it like a day and a day here and a there, and it's gone. Like it's been used, and it's not just like existing in there anymore. So it's a consistency use thing, but also the fact that if you want to get it from your diet, excellent, go ahead. You need to have like large amounts of leafy all the time. But the other tail end of that is that our soils are depleted in magnesium because of our farming and how we've done that. And so even when you are eating those, you're not getting even as much as you could because of that. Yeah, this is a question. So I was actually messaging somebody about this in DMs the other day. She was asking me if my D has a K2. And Thorne has a liquid one, and its D plus K2. And it's not that magnesium isn't as effective. It's that you need to have enough magnesium so that your D can be effective. And so I actually have pulled some screenshots from an article online just so you can read about the integration or how those need to work together. Excellent question to bring up. I have the answer for you, and it's Promix. I switched them over a year and a half ago for your exact reason in question. I was tired of working so hard in fitness and eating well. If I was going to choose the supplement, like choosing stuff that was just not good. And synthetic tasting is bad. You know, like I want to use something that's quality if I want to do it. So I'm going to put a screenshot of the ingredients on the Whey Isolate and all of their stuff, but their tagline is no artificial anything. And then they have a QR code and the lot number. You can check your own bag for independent lab testing for quality, which I really appreciate too. If you are used to super duper sweet protein powders, it's a change. I really like it. I think as I'm getting older, I like that not overly sweet taste, but it tastes like a vanilla. It tastes like a chocolate, but it's just not like, bam, overly sweet. Okay, I've been back and forth on this one in my own life, like taking some, not taking some. In my moments of taking them or deciding to try them again, I've been like, I try to eat healthy, but I'm not getting enough in, so like I have to do this even though this is less than ideal. I should be getting it from Whole Foods. And so I was taking AG1 for a little while, and I was like, this is so expensive. I don't really think that it's worth it. And like, maybe I just need to be throwing more veggies into my protein shakes and just really be more proactive about that. So, does that answer your question? This is a super common thing that comes up, and it is really being pushed towards females to understand the benefits, especially the aging female. So there's evidence that creatine helps with your brain in terms of memory and cognition and mood. Overall, creatine can be found in animal proteins as well as some is produced by your body. And there's been evidence that shows that with an aging female and menopausal, that your body's own production decreases. So supplementing helps with that in addition to the dietary component. But creatine helps you to create muscle mass or gain mass more easily. When you gain mass and lean mass, you create strength. Not only do you do that, but when you lift and do strength training, you put forces on your bones that helps your bones get stronger. So we're talking osteoporosis and those sorts of concerns. This also touches on the question that often comes up in the aging female with fluctuating hormones and the trend towards increasing fat and decreasing muscle strength, which you can see could be supported by the idea that with age we decrease our own production of creatine, and so that supplementation helps that. But the more muscle mass you have, the more metabolically healthy you can be and push back against that slow weight gain. Now, I also want to say that that doesn't discount the way that your hormones change and make you feel and have all these other impacts on your life. So, as someone who has dealt with some of those other circumstances in life, it's not as easy as just saying like, well, just eat healthy and exercise, because sometimes your hormones make you feel like you don't want to do that. But it's a good thing to keep in mind that there are some things we can exert control over. The current consensus is that when you take it, it's that you just take it at some point during your day. There haven't been excessive benefits seen from before or after workout. It's similar to magnesium. It is a supplement of consistency in which you will see the benefits. So it's not a one-day thing. So you want to take it even on days that you are not working out. The doses are anywhere from 3 to 5. I take 5. It's usually what the scooper is measured for. And when you start taking it, there used to be a recommendation that you would start a loading phase where you would take those 5 grams multiple times a day so you could get your body up to that point of creatine stores. And really the recommendation is it's okay if you just start with 1 a day. It might just take a little bit longer for the creatine stores to get up to that point in your body. I ended up switching to Promix creatine, and I used to use Thorne. And if you use Thorne because I told you about it, it's not because I have any problem with their product. Promix and Thorne are my 2 favorite quality supplement companies. But Matt takes it as well. So between the 2 of us, we were talking about budgets and stuff we spend money on. I started to look about a little bit more into those things, and a price per scoop. The big bag, if we know we're both going to take it. The current consensus is that it doesn't matter when you take it, it's that you just take it at some point during your day. There haven't been excessive benefits seen from. This also touches on. I ended up switching. The current consensus is that it doesn't matter when you take it, it's that you take it at some point during your day. There haven't been excessive benefits seen from before or after workout. It's a supplement of consistency, and we will see the benefits. So it's not a one-day thing. So you want to take it even on days that you are not working out. The doses are anywhere from 3 to 5. I take 5. It's usually what the scooper is measured for. And when you start taking it, there used to be a recommendation that you would start a loading phase where you would take those 5 grams multiple times a day, get your body up to that point of creatine stores. And really the recommendation is it's okay if you just start with 1 a day. It might just take a little bit longer for the creatine stores to get up to that point in your body. I ended up switching to Promix creatine, and I used to use Thorne. And if you use Thorne because I told you about it, it's not because I have any problem with their product. Promix and Thorne are my 2 favorite quality supplement companies. But Matt takes it as well. So between the 2 of us, we were talking about budgets and stuff we spend money on. I started to look about a little bit more into those things, and a price per scoop, the big bag, if we know we're both going to take it consistently, just worked out to be a lot more affordable in the long run. So that's a consideration. I don't take, well, I shouldn't say I don't. I have not consistently taken a probiotic or a prebiotic for a long time, but I did start trying this D-Bloat from Promix too, just to see what it was all about. I'm still trying it and developing an opinion on it and feedback, but it tastes really good. Well, that's a battle all the time. It just depends on the day and which way the wind is blowing. But they really love ground meat. They eat other stuff too. But they like meatballs, so I will do lots of meatballs, and then I will use Banza or that algae find of the higher protein pasta. They really like Sloppy Joes, which I can get them to do pretty well as chilies. Lily Eats and Tells has a no-bean chili that they like, so I make that a lot. She also has a white chicken chili they really like. And then I will make chicken tenders in the air fryer that they really like as well. Tacos, lots of slow cooker stuff. If they have to chew it a lot, which I know is good for their jaw, but sometimes you're just trying to get them out. I also want to add a question box if anybody else has suggestions of meals or maybe particular people that share meals that their kids like, and I'll share that with everybody else. And other thoughts that come to mind are most chicken things on a bone. So we do chicken wings a lot. They like chicken legs, chicken thighs. Nobody in our house really likes chicken breasts, which, they're not that good. Never comes out good. Except for if we do them on the bone or do a whole chicken. They like that stuff too. Hamburgers. We're not doing anything fancy. I'm never reinventing the wheel. Matt is a really creative cooker. I just get fatigued with ideas and I know what they like, so I get into a rut with just like making the things that are going to make my life easier that evening, you know? This question too, I tell you this story. When I was going to have my procedure in the winter and I had to get some blood drawn like the week before, and they told me it didn't have to be fasting, so I went through my whole day and I think I did a workout like 2 hours before it and whatever, ate my normal diet of high protein. And my lab test came back with my BUN elevated, my creatinine, and they're like, well, you have to go get those rechecked before you can come into surgery. And I was like, I work out a lot. Like I did a leg workout before I did this. Like, I eat a high protein diet. I don't think I have kidney issues. So then, because I wanted to make sure I could get my surgery done for like 3 days before, I like cut everything out, and it was fine. But it points to this point that Lane and Peter talk about, where they're like, well, don't look at that, and look at the person in front of you, and like make a logical conclusion on that. Oh my gosh, I fell into this at one point too. My rule of thumb is to get it mostly from Whole Foods, and then I'm okay with supplementing with a protein shake or a protein bar like Promix when they have good ingredients. And otherwise, I eat meat and I also eat dairy. So yogurt and cottage cheese are like two of my easy mainstay snacks that I like, as well as jerky if I'm on the run. And then my other ones are more whole foods, so eggs. I'm usually adding some sort of meat with my eggs, whether that's a leftover or ham or turkey, something like that. Same thing, lunches are either leftovers from dinners, and dinners we always have a protein and then sides. So I also think too, sometimes just identifying protein adds up from little things that you don't realize it's in, whether that's beans, lentils, and even just some of your processed products also has it. All right, I'm gonna put a pause in the Q&A because I have to get dinner ready. I'm trying a new chicken recipe, and I saw it on Instagram. Now I have to say, I've been disenchanted with the ones I've seen that are like viral food videos that I've tried. They've come out horrible, even though I follow the directions to a T. So, I don't know. At that point, I told myself I'm done with these viral food videos. But then I saw this one, and this person like has lots of food stuff out there, so it's kind of a different scenario, I think. But I'll report back if it's good. If it's not, I won't say anything. And if my kids like it, I'll definitely report back.
बाद में मुझे क्या लगेगी